And people from the island of Abaco are now taking refuge in Nassau after Hurricane Dorian decimated their homes. CBS News' Nikki Battiste is there and spoke to families who made it out.
Glad to be alive. This is the second time in my life. I should have been dead.
But 75-year-old Doug lived to tell a harrowing story of survival after his home, a boat, was swept away, leaving him in debris-filled water.
I had spent hours like this.
Water up to here.
Yeah.
He was rescued from Abaco Island yesterday and flown to Princess Margaret Hospital. He says just in time to save his legs from amputation.
Everywhere. Believe in God.
About 13 miles from the hospital, helicopters continue to fly in survivors, like 1-year-old Rain and her mother, Ostina Dean.
What kept me going was the child. That was it. I looked at her and I was like, nope, my baby's not going out like this.
Her entire family was rescued from Abaco Island today, including 11-year-old Zion.
My heart just stopped, I stopped, I was panicking. I opened my eyes wide. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Everything gone. People going to the water with dead bodies, up to swim to dead bodies.
For now, Ostina says they're heading to stay with family in Nassau.
We're alive.
But their future is still unclear. Do you have any idea where you'll be in a month, 2 months?
No, hopefully still alive, and we're here. So we're hopeful, and we made it through that, so we're gonna do our best to make it through this.
And Nikki Battiste joins us now. Hi, Nikki. So how are officials in Nassau preparing for the continuing arrival of people who are displaced? Do they have the resources to take care of that many people?
Tanya, it's a good question. They need so many resources, as you can imagine, to try to rescue the thousands of people still missing on the islands. We're actually at the airport that's serving as a staging area for rescue missions. You can hear the helicopters above me that have been flying back and forth from here to Abaco and Grand Bahama Islands, bringing survivors back. And what has really struck us here today, we spent some time, as you saw in our piece, at the hospital speaking with some victims. There's actually hospital staff here at the airport waiting to get more wounded survivors off the planes and into these ambulances behind me. We've been seeing them go back and forth to treat the victims. And it's important to note that the Bahamas government has gotten so much help from across the country, but they still need more resources. A hospital representative told us that they're getting borrowed hospital beds to get more into the facility. They've already treated nearly 100 patients. Tanya?
Wow. So, Nikki, what are residents there being told about what happens next? I mean, so many must be wondering where they're going to get water and food, for example.
We've spoken with quite a few survivors who've gotten off planes here over the last 2 days. First, there is an aid center set up that is providing water and food, more for people that are still stuck on the islands. But a lot of the survivors we've spoken to here who have made it to safety honestly say they don't know where they're going. Some of them have family members here in Nassau who have come to get them, to at least give them a place to stay for a while. But honestly, one woman told us today she has no idea where she's going to be in a month. Her home is completely gone. And that is the situation and the reality for so many here. Tanya?
Such devastation, Nikki. It's so awful to see and to hear all of that. So search and rescue operations then are continuing. There are still survivors to be rescued, correct?
Yes, unfortunately, I think this is just the beginning of the search and rescue mission. As far as we know, this will continue for days, weeks, and I would imagine for months. There are, unfortunately, we've been told, quite a few bodies on the island. Eyewitnesses who have been brought from Abaco and Grand Bahama have told us that they've seen bodies and that they were told they needed to be evacuated to get out of what's becoming a pretty unhealthy situation on the island. So yes, the search and rescue efforts, as we know, continue. Tanya?
All right. Well, Nikki Battiste, such devastation there in the Bahamas. Thank you so much.